I can't believe I am saying these words, but the Queen has passed away. Literally, as we are recording this, it's been, 2 hours? An hour? I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. With me, as always, is Sam Brooks.
So to recap the last week or so. Drew McIntyre fails to bring the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship to the United Kingdom.
God. Oh no, Sam, please.
NXT UK officially folds and ends.
No, Sam, please. I don't like where this is heading.
A new Prime Minister is elected who, again, for like the third time in a row, nobody wants.
Elected is a bit of a strong word there, Sam.
And now the unthinkable has happened.
I'm quite scared. Where are you going with this?
It was in Liz Truss's speech. I don't know if you saw this, outside of Downing Street.
Yes, no, I did see the speech, yes.
So then you heard her say, "The Queen was the rock on which the United Kingdom was built."
No, Sam, please don't.
Funny you say that, Liz.
No.
Because you left a very pregnant pause during that reading there.
But that's how she reads.
So when I first heard you say that, what I heard was, "The Queen was the rock."
What the rock is
Oh God! She said it. She said the Queen was the rock. That's because she can't talk properly. She's an android. She's a robot. She's like bloop bloop bloop. I'm Liz Truss.
I feel like the biggest news to come out of this week is that the Queen was the rock.
No, the Queen is not the
what the rock is cooking.
The Queen wasn't playing. You can't. It's too different. Oh my God. The Queen was the rock. Fuck's sake, Liz. Not the Queen, the Prime Minister. For fuck's sake, why are you so useless at public speaking? That's when you were elected by a very small minority of people. Why can't you speak properly? That's going to go down in history now. God's sake, Sam.
I find it hilarious that you, Andrew Lawrence Kwan, is having a go at someone for not being able to talk properly.
Yeah, but I'm not Prime Minister. I'm just an agent.
Well, that's one and the same, honestly, if you would,
Oh, yes.
if you really think about it.
Okay, well, yeah, my bad, yeah. No, fair point, good point now.
Also worth noting that King Charles III came out before Half-Life 3. And so, we move on into a new era of the world, during which we no longer have a queendom.
No, God, please, you gotta stop.
Except for the only queendom in the world now,
No, God, no, please, stop.
WWE, helmed by Stephanie McMahon.
Oh my God. Fucking hell. Where's Liam Dunn when you don't need him?
That's all the jokes I've got. That's all of them. That's all the ones I've got. We've got them out of the way. We've knocked them out of the park.
Wow, okay.
Oh, we also know who was the most disappointed in Drew McIntyre.
Please, you gotta stop.
What?
We're going back.
You gotta have a lot of laughs, Andy. You gotta laugh through the pain, right?
Yeah.
Although if you
don't
check
laugh,
Twitter,
you're
I
fine.
suppose it's not really pain, more celebration, but we couldn't really dance around this.
No, I mean...
I think this is probably the worst week in the United Kingdom's history.
Yeah, quite possibly. I
Just
mean...
based on the Queen dying, a new Prime Minister who everybody hates, again, NXT UK ending, Drew losing.
I don't think NXT UK ending is like even...
They're
like,
all
on the radar.
equally sad. when you think about it. Well, they're saying this. There is one piece of news that we do have to discuss.
Oh, what is that piece of news, Sam?
Well, it's relating to us, Andy. It's relating to you and me in the Suplah City, of which there are none. But still, it's relating to us at least.
Well, it's not a city anymore. It's a universe. It's a fucking.
It's a galaxy.
See, it's a void.
It's a hole in the side of a sofa, but still.
The Suplah void.
An important announcement has to be made, Andy.
Yes.
Because as we know, during our live Clash at the Castle post-show, NXT All Out pre-show, whatever the fuck that show was.
Yeah, whatever that live show was, yes.
We announced something grand.
Oh.
Something amazing, something spectacular, of which we haven't seen the likes of in about 5 years.
Yeah, boy.
And sadly, it is my displeasure to announce that our inaugural Pride of Predictions champion is none other than Andy Kwan. You won by a singular prediction.
It doesn't matter how much you win by, it's the winning.
Fuck you, MJF!
That's all that. I love MJF. He's my favourite wrestler of all time. I told you MJF was coming back, and you were like, "Ooh, that's a bold prediction." No, he's coming back. I mean, granted,
I don't remember saying
stupid
that.
the way he came back, but whatever. I don't know. No, fake news. You said that. So, it's the Mandela effect. You said it.
Shall we get into the news this week, dear Andy?
Yeah, nothing major.
I'll
happened
start,
at all.
Andy. Show of hands. Who here fancies themselves as a journalist?
I do.
You're a journalist, Andy?
Yes, I am a journalist, Phil.
Would you say that you're friends with, Carmine Antonelli?
Well, I mean, I am friends with Carmine.
I
met
have
him
not been
years
friends
ago.
with Carmine Antonelli for a year, and I've wanted less to do with him for longer.
Oh, okay, I just want to know about your.
Here's
your
a story
character
about
you-
Carmine Antonelli.
I wasn't asking about Carmine.
When
I
I
was
went
asking
to sue him, we made the discovery that he shares his bank account with a pizza.
Well, that would be weird. I mean, why would a pizza have a bank
That tells
account?
you
That is
everything you
strange.
need to know about Carmine Antonelli.
I mean, truth be told, it does.
I
Why
think
does
this
he
is
have
extremely immature to have to do this on a public platform that less than
Wait,
5
wait,
people
wait.
watch.
Are we skirting around the fact that the pizza has a bank account?
Fuck you, Carmine Antonelli. Okay. I mean, we sat on this. We waited a couple of days for the news to make itself more concrete. I still don't know where to fucking start, mate. I really don't.
Alright, here we go. Let's go with this take on the CM Punk AEW fuck up situation.
Let's get the facts out of the way first, alright?
Yes, go, and then I'll give my thoughts.
So AEW All Out. Big
It
event.
was very good.
Very big event. A few great matches. A couple of questionable booking decisions, but great matches all
Yeah.
the same. Featured the return of one MJF as the Joker in the Casino Royale battle, whatever the fuck it's called.
I'm actually sad that Sympathy for the Devil is not his actual theme song, but whatever's we.
Well, the way it went down was that a couple of, hired goons of some sort all stormed the ring, and then Stokely Hathaway climbed the ladder and got the big chip down.
Oh, the big chip.
They all unmasked, various names, Ethan Page, Lee Moriarty, W. Morrissey, and then the Joker comes out. Not that one, this one. To whatever the hell Andy's doing, I don't know, but it was to a rendition of Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. And out comes a man in a demon mask. Demon! A demon appears, and he has a very signature swagger to his walk. It seems very familiar. Who could this possibly be?
The Rock.
It was indeed The Rock, who we have... Nah, okay, so then you have this mysterious Joker man winning the fucking casino chip somehow.
Well, he doesn't
Just
really. I mean,
go with
they don't
it.
really. They don't really ring the bell. They don't really fucking announce anything. Oh no, they do. They go, "Oh, the Joker."
Just roll with it. Just don't question it. Don't think about it for too long, otherwise it doesn't make sense, okay? And the main event rolls around, and you have CM Punk defeating Jonathan Moxley for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
Which I bet they don't regret doing now at all.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
The lights go out. Tony Khan's voicemail plays on the fucking airwaves.
Right,
and it says,
you gotta do the impression, unfortunately.
Okay.
My name is Tony Khan, and I have announced that I have purchased Ring of Honor, and I am offering you a fuckload of money to just come back and stop eating shit on your sofa.
That was basically what he said.
And then MJF is like, oh no, sorry, the CM Punk clip from Ring of Honor plays where he's like,
I'm the devil, the devil, oh Lord, the devil.
the devil.
And then MJF, he unmasks, he puts the scarf on, his theme plays, he walks out, and the Chicago crowd, the fucking Chicago crowd, starts chanting MJF, while CM Punk raises the World Championship, and All Out goes off the air.
Holy mother of Jesus.
But Andrew,
It all went wrong after that.
this isn't the peak of the story.
Hell knows.
Because afterward, at the customary AEW post-big event media scrum,
Which I guarantee you they're never doing again.
CM Punk is the first guest at the table.
You think that'd be great? He's sitting there eating muffins and pizza and shit. You think, yeah, this is going to go
Drinking,
well.
I think, lemonade, whatever the hell that was. It looked like lemonade to me. But then he sat next to Tony Khan, his boss. And he says, "Is anyone here friends with Scott Colton?"
Who is Colt Cabana?
And everyone's like, what?
No.
What are you saying?
What has this got to do with anything, you fucking...
What
dozy
followed
twat?
was a 20-minute angry, unhinged, deranged, scary rant about his legal issues with Colt Cabana, Scott Colton, running down the EVPs of AEW, verbally destroying Adam Page. It can't really be encapsulated with just a brief summary, so I've got a transcript here that I've actually wrote up when I was watching this. And we're
Okay,
just going to go through it point by point and just hit the big notes, and then we'll give our thoughts on that, yeah?
Can I just say something before you do that?
What's that?
The fact that he was allowed to say any of this shit is
Oh
absolutely
yeah, bear in mind,
incredible.
sat next to him is Tony Khan.
The CEO of All Elite Wrestling is sat next to him, look like a... I mean...
If this were
You could see
WWE,
he
it
was
would be
getting
Vince
annoyed.
McMahon sat next to him.
Well, yeah, but you could tell Tony was getting annoyed, and he just sat there. I would have just been like...
If anyone hasn't seen this, you need to go and watch it. Not
You need
once,
to
but
see it.
twice. You need to see it once to see what Punk is saying. And then you need to see it a second time, just looking at Tony Khan the entire time, so that you can really see his facial expressions change and fluctuate. It's like a roller coaster, man.
Yeah, like he goes from being like, yeah, to looking visibly pissed off.
It's like that
So-
meme of Mr. Incredible, where it's like, if
Yeah.
you know, if you don't know, oh.
Oh, get on TikTok.
So, CM Punk sits down, and before anyone can say... Well, actually, Nick, good old Nick from Wrestling Inc. goes to ask a question, and is immediately cut off by Punk saying, "I'll start." And he brings up Scott Colton, who has history with Nick from Wrestling Inc. They used to do improv classes together. Why is Punk bringing up Scott Colton? You're about to find out.
Excellent, here we go.
He says that he has had nothing to do with Colt for almost a decade, and says that it's unfortunate that he has to speak on this in a public forum. He says that he is a
Why?
grown-ass man, and who he decides to be friends with is his business. He says that Colt Cabana wouldn't catch him if he fell, and that he didn't want to see Punk at the top. Punk then divulges that he shares a bank account with his mother, does Scott Colton. This was found out during the lawsuit that they had, the very famous falling out. He then changes course into, quote, "irresponsible EVPs that couldn't manage a target."
That's an insult to Target, isn't it?
and spread lies and bullshit that say that Punk got Colt Cabana fired from AEW. He then acknowledges that this is embarrassing that he has to do this in his own time. And what's even more embarrassing is a guy, and I quote, an empty-headed fucking dumb fuck, Adam Page, goes into business for himself on national television, and he asks, what did I do to deserve that? He asks Dave Meltzer what he did to deserve that. Dave Meltzer replies, you tell me. It's at this point that Tony is like, okay, maybe I should try and interject here to try and...
Well, he's too late. He should have stopped him, like...
Oh yeah, he should have stopped him, like,
Scott
2
Colton,
topics ago.
like, Tony...
He tries to clarify that. He says that he should have clarified in various interviews, and then Punk talks over him, interrupts him, and says that Tony doesn't have to clarify anything, and that the EVPs should have known better.
You don't run the company, you straight-edge fuck.
Well, that's the thing here. Punk says that he's trying to run a business here.
He's not running shit. The guy next to him is running shit. The guy next to you is paying your paychecks, you dumb fucking Pepsi-drinking tattooed fuck.
He then goes on to say that Adam Page hasn't done a thing in this business, and that he almost jeopardized the first $1 million house that the company had seen.
No, he didn't. He didn't do fucking anything. The average person has no fucking clue what you're talking about, you dipshit.
At this point, even I was confused as to what he could possibly be talking about. I know that they had a awkward shoot promo battle over 2 weeks, but that's the gist of it. I don't know the details, and I don't think anyone really knew.
Can I interject? Because he's about to talk about something, and I'm like, right, fuck off, Phil. So, basically, Punk then goes on to say they had to stoop to Hangman's level. There's a difference, right? What Punk did is total bullshit. What he did was he called Hangman Page out, knowing full well that Hangman Page was not going to be able to... Like, it's not even a scripted storyline. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. And there's no way... And the thing is, like, with the, quote, shoot promo, well, you're right in front of him. And you're the guy who lays pipe bombs. So you're the fucking guy that literally, like, loves to do these promos. You could have done a retort. You could have done anything. You didn't do shit. And then when you decided to do something about it, you did it at a time like a fucking pussy when you knew that he couldn't interject. And then you did it again.
Well, it gets worse, Andrew. It gets worse here. I want you to remember this part. This is a key component of the story here. Punk says that if anyone has a problem with him, that they should come and speak to him backstage.
No, he didn't say that. He did not say that. He said they can, like, take it out on me or
take it up with me backstage.
That's it. And those are fighting words.
So
like,
put that in your pocket. Put that in your pocket. Just remember that.
Okay.
Also, right now, I can say I find it very rich that he says that whilst he airs all of this dirty laundry in a public forum.
And
he didn't take any of this backstage.
I am honestly shocked at this point.
Again, just a gentle reminder that his boss, Tony Khan, is sat next to him, nodding along the entire time, like an emasculated child.
Because here's the other thing. I'm honestly shocked no one ran in at this point.
Well, this is when the floor is somewhat opened. Oh yeah, he also says to the press, if this is any of your fault, fuck you. And if it isn't, I apologize. I think it's worth noting that there is a 12-year-old presser in this audience at the time.
God almighty.
who was clearly there with like a chaperone or something, but nevertheless.
And I love how he's like taking the piss out of these journalists for not getting their facts straight and stuff like that. And like, so you can't even get your facts straight if it's their fault. What are you, some kind of fucking twat? Like, oh fuck Punk.
It's at this point that Nick from Wrestling Inc. finally gets to speak. And he obviously wants to talk about the fact that MJF is back. This should be the biggest news of the evening, surely. So then Punk says, Tony just wants me to work with pricks constantly.
See, at that point, I think it was either that point he said pricks or another point where he said pricks, and Tony looks visibly pissed off. Like, his eyes closed, he's like, for fuck's sake. At this point, I would have just stopped it and gone, right, you...
Oh, but he's not done. Oh, but he's not done yet, Andy. He's not done.
I know he's not done. I watched this thing 4 times.
Because he goes back to the Colt Cabana thing again, unprompted.
Oh, God's
He
sake.
says, Colt shares a bank account with his mother that says all you need to know about his character.
Maybe he gave his mum a car or a house or something, you twat.
That's what I'm thinking. We don't know any context behind
that's
that.
what I mean. Like, what?
I don't know what it means to share a bank account with your mother. Is that considered a bad thing?
I don't know.
Is that
It's
a
not
social
like...
taboo that I'm unfamiliar with? Have I just avoided that for 27 years?
If he was a 50-year-old man living with his mother, then that's another fucking issue. You're basically fucking Boyle from fucking Brooklyn. No, he doesn't live with his mum, does he? He lives with fucking... The point is, it's living with your mum or your parents at like 50, that's the big thing. Not having a bank account. I don't actually understand what the big deal is. You maybe, just maybe... Clearly you've planned this out, but you clearly must have planned this out.
Oh, he's absolutely rehearsed this beforehand.
Yeah,
because
he's
he
clearly...
targeted out Nick from Wrestling Inc. Because he knows that there's a link there with Colt Cabana that he can use to bring this into the prime time, you know?
I never thought I'd say this about CM Punk in my whole life. But what a fucking twat.
The thing is, though, we're not done. There's more.
I know. Let's keep going.
There's a quote here from Punk. I'm hurt, old, tired, and I work with fucking children.
That's because you're old and you probably need to retire because you keep fucking injuring yourself every fucking match.
Oh yeah, should be worth mentioning that he did injure himself in this main event and he will be out for 8 months, but...
After doing a tope, which I've never done a tope.
That comes later. For now, in this timeline, he is currently eating muffins and talking up a bakery in the local area.
I'm sure that bakery loves the fucking publicity.
Yeah, they're gonna put a giant CM Punk face on the top of the building now.
Look at my muffins.
But they're not open on Monday or Tuesday, Andy, so don't go there on Monday or Tuesday expecting muffins.
Okay, I won't fly out to Chicago to get these muffins in.
But the press try to bring back MJF into the story. Just trying to be like, because hey, MJF, he's been gone for months, you haven't heard a peep of him, but now he's back, oh my god. So then CM Punk says, if you're an EVP, you don't try and middle your top babyface to get your niche internet audience to hate him for made-up reasons. This is referring to the idea that basically Punk is under the impression that these EVPs, who I don't know if it's big knowledge, but the EVPs of AEW are Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Yes.
Those are the EVPs that he's talking about.
Yeah.
He believes that they leaked a rumor to the press saying that Punk is the reason why Colt Cabana is no longer with AEW and is instead signed to Ring of Honor.
What?
That's what we're like. That's what he thinks has happened here. Even though several journalists like Dave and Sean and all the others have said, we've not spoken with the EVPs. We had no idea. They didn't say shit. But he's not done. He's not done.
Christ.
There is a question from someone who asks how people are learning from the veterans that they have in the company. Punk then says, the locker room isn't worth shit when you have an empty-headed idiot that isn't worth shit saying that he doesn't take advice. And that he should fucking go fuck himself. Obviously referring to, the previously mentioned empty-headed fucking dumb fuck, Adam Page. Oh god! And the final tidbit I get from his time in the hot seat is when asked about MJF again, because everyone wants to talk about MJF. Understandably, they're desperately trying to get this on track, but Punk is like, no, here's another thing about Scott Colton.
You know that thing about Adam Page?
He says, I'm tired of wrestling kids that think they know everything.
Says the guy who, quite frankly, at one stage, thought he knew fucking everything and was a young kid.
I mean, we've all been young kids, Andy. I mean, we all think that we know everything at various points in our lives.
But this is coming from the fucking guy that was like, WWE is a load of shit, LOL, or...
Again, Tony Khan, his boss, sitting right next to him, grimacing and cringing and looking like he's just having the worst possible day of his life so far.
Well, yeah, he probably did. He was probably like, this has been...
You know what they say? Never meet your heroes. That's what this is.
This is
if there was ever an example of never meet your heroes, this is it.
No. It's never hire your heroes.
Never hire your heroes.
Never hire them, ever.
Never, ever. Only hire your enemies. Be like Vince. So then the media scrum continues, and you've got people like Tony Storm in there, you got Swerve in Our Glory, and then I think it ends with Chris Jericho. But hey, you know what, Andy? That's not the peak of the story.
Oh, that's not. No, I know it's not the peak of the story.
If you can believe it, there's something else. There's something more.
Can I say what it is?
You go for it. I'm tired. I'm old, tired, and I work with fucking Andy Kwan, so please.
See, that's the promo that people want to hear. Is just tired of you working with me. But
they want to hear me bitch and moan about working with you, whereas, you know,
if
you're a long-time listener of the show, you will know that happened like 6 years ago, and we're now just best friends, so it's fine.
See? It was a happy ending.
I mean, you're still a fucking idiot, but...
unlike this story, that doesn't have a happy ending. So basically what happened was, as this press conference is going on...
Yeah, the conference is still happening whilst this...
it's
backstage.
still going on.
Cut to backstage, Andy. What's happening?
So we cut to backstage, and apparently the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega have now decided to enter the locker room of CM Punk to basically call him out on him calling them dumb fucks, stupid cunts.
Irresponsible people that couldn't manage a target.
There you go. And stuff like that. So then, apparently, some punches were thrown.
Oh, you forgot to mention who else was there, Andy.
Who else was there? Ace Steel was there. Nakazawa was there.
Brandon Cutler, Pat Buck.
Cutler was there.
What's her face? Megan Prairie, the head of legal or something?
What an unfortunate time to be in the locker room if you're the head of legal. But hey, so the head of the legal department was there. Excellent. And a fight ensues to the point where a chair was thrown, hit, was it Matt or Nick in the eye? I can't remember now.
I think it was Nick.
We hit Nick in the face. Ace Steel bit Kenny Omega. Punches were thrown. And he hit him. So basically,
chat shit get bit apparently.
A melee broke out, and it was eventually.
During this time, Swerve in Our Glory is at the presser, and we see a security guard run away from the presser to backstage.
I haven't seen that bit. I'm going to have to go back.
Yeah, there is a bit where it's widely acknowledged that a security guy runs out during the Swerve in Our Glory bit of the presser, and it's like, oh, wonder what's happening backstage. Apparently this.
Jesus.
So, holy shit. Oh my god.
I mean, there have been wrestling fights in the past. This isn't necessarily a unique
Oh no, this
thing.
is just straight out of the 80s. Like, let's be real.
Oh no, even like earlier in time, like I think Jericho and Goldberg had a fight once.
Well, Jericho and Lesnar as well. Recently, SummerSlam 2016 or 2017, I want to say that was.
Brett and Shawn.
Booker T and Batista, I think.
There's a whole bunch. I think even Joey Styles has punched JBL in the face. So, you know, these things happen.
But to be fair, JBL is probably the most deserving of any punch to the face. But
I didn't want to say that, but hey. This is quite.
That's the bulk of the story, and then we'll get to what happened on Dynamite later. But there's a couple of things that I myself am taking away from this. Number one. What the fuck happened to CM Punk?
I don't know, man.
There was a point in time where he was the most popular, like, universally beloved guy. Like, we knew he was an asshole, but he was our asshole.
Yeah.
He was
like,
my asshole, you know?
He stood up for us, even though he's... Sometimes you have to be an asshole to stand up for what is right. But
And then he
this
walks from
fucking...
WWE, and then everyone's like, "Oh, please come back. We miss you." I don't know. I don't know where it went wrong, honestly. But I mean, he had the UFC thing, which just
I don't get
tanked
what-
his fucking stock, and I think that might have had something to do with it.
He clearly got
You know who I
punched
blame
in
for
the
this?
face.
Mickey Gall. That's who I blame. But no, I would love to know what fucking happened, and at what point did CM Punk just decide to become
A cunt.
Yeah.
Because there's no other word to describe it. Like, what,
No,
like,
he's
there's
just
no
being.
other word.
I'm a
I hate
massive
using
fan
that
of
word,
his
but-
and have been for several years. Not anymore.
Oh no, I
I feel like I'm done with this now.
There are pictures of me when I was at university the first time with a CM Punk shirt on and crossing my arms and going out.
Yeah, I bought loads of
and
CM Punk merchandise, and
I was going to get a CM Punk shirt until this fucking happened. Like, literally, like things like CM Punk is no fucking word of a lie one of my heroes. I don't know why, it just is what it is. I was just like, this guy's awesome. And
well,
now
Andy,
he's just turned
you know
into
what
a
you need to
complete
not do?
bellend. Don't have heroes.
don't meet them at the very least, because I might throw a fucking chair at your face. Apparently,
Then why are all my heroes assholes throwing things at people? Conor McGregor threw things at a bus. Punk throws things at people.
you know how to pick them.
I'm just a knob.
Oh, boy. But no, this is a
like
big
Phil.
point I want to highlight about all of this. Is that karma is a funny thing, Andy. Because do you remember when MJF first walked out of the company back in, like, May, I think it was?
Yes.
And he was due to have this amazing, what was it, Double or Nothing? He was supposed to have his big match with Wardlow.
Yes.
To blow off a big, like, year-long story feud that was being built, like, really big deal. The only thing people talked about was MJF. Is he walking out of the company? Is he getting fired? Where he no-showed an event. Did he catch a plane out of the arena? Where is he going? No one gave a fuck about Wardlow.
Yeah, no.
And it basically ruined the ending of our feud. It's a funny thing that he should return, and then that gets completely blown out of the water by this fucking mess that happened afterwards.
Yeah.
I just think that's a funny turn of events, honestly.
Yeah, can't write the stuff literally because you just wouldn't believe it.
Well, that's the thing, Andy. That's the other thing I wanted to say. There are still people who think that this is a work.
You are dumb. Like literally, there are legal people getting involved in this now.
Because on Dynamite, the Bucks and Omega were suspended, stripped of the trios titles that they won at the event. Punk is now stripped of the title. They're having a tournament to decide it again.
Every single person in this is in the wrong. And here's why. Punk's in the wrong because he should have just not acted like a cunt. Tony Khan's in the wrong because he should have shut this shit down immediately as soon as he started
He
talking
got
about
booed to
Scott
shit
Colton.
on Dynamite, by the way.
Because he handled it like a fucking idiot. Like, he shouldn't...
Deer in the
other
headlights,
promoter would
honestly.
deal with that in that way. I don't care if this makes me sound like an asshole, but like literally, he should have dealt with it better. He shouldn't have let him run his fucking mouth like that. He should have just gone, right, just fuck off, gal. Like, and the Young Bucks shouldn't have stormed into into the room. They are EVPs of a company. They are executives of a company, and they just walked in and fucking did that to technically an employee. That's probably why there's legal shit getting involved, because they're technically running the firm. You didn't see Tony Khan, like, run in there, start throwing shit at fucking Punk. It's like the equivalent of fucking, now, I don't know, Nick Khan punching Drew McIntyre in the face, right? It's that kind of
I wouldn't fancy Nick Khan's chances. Have you seen Drew?
Okay, but my point is...
To be fair, if you were going to pick a fight with anybody, it would probably be Punk. We know how he does with fights.
And everybody's in the wrong.
When I read that CM Punk was the first person to throw a fist, I was like, oh, thank God no one was hurt.
Jesus.
He's a dick. We're allowed to make fun of him.
Yeah, he's a dick. I mean, I think the only way this is going to sort itself out, and I can't believe I'm saying this in a sentence, but tell CM Punk to get his lunchbox is Pepsi cans and fuck right off. It's been fun, Phil. It's been a fun year.
It has
Shit
been a
ending,
year,
really.
hasn't it? It's only been a fucking year.
And we are paying you out the fucking wazoo, and this is the way you treat us. You can fuck right off and go away. That's the only way around it. Because if he keeps Punk, if Tony... Do a Tony impression.
What do you want me to say?
Just, you love CM Punk. He's the best.
My name is Tony Khan, and I have purchased Ring of Honor, and CM Punk is my favorite wrestler of all time!
If he does that, this company's dead.
Well...
I can't believe I'm saying that. No, it is. Because people will leave en masse. You just said the entire company are dumb fucks. Like he has buried your entire company and he is the world champion. How the fuck he didn't get fired in that room, I'll never understand. And the only other thing that AEW can do, and I don't want Tony to come after me for fuck's sake, but Tony cannot run a wrestling company. He can't do it. I can't run one.
He's done it so far.
Yeah, but
He's done it so far, hasn't he?
Yeah, but it's got to a point where there have been incidents like with the Matt Hardy twatting his head and fucking wrestling who cast is the match over, is it not over thing. Like, certain things he's done have been good, and then certain things... There's no, like, fucking middle ground with Tony Khan. It's either, like, he's done really good things, like the Brody Lee tribute show, or really stupid shit like this. I think you need a figurehead like the equivalent to Ted Turner and Eric Bischoff. You need a president of this company, or a vice president that's not wrestlers. I think you need somebody in there that's a Dana White, dare I say it, a Vince McMahon. No, don't bring him in! Oh God, what's Vinnie McMinnie doing in the AEW zone here, silly prick? It was me, Tony. It was me all along, Tony. I let you have all those stars.
Welcome, everyone, to AEW Dynamite!
Holy shit, no.
Shut up, damn it!
No, God, no.
I'm
But
very
they need-
pleased to announce that Vincent Kennedy McMahon is the new head of talent relations
Oh my
for
God.
All Elite Wrestling. Damn it!
Jesus Christ, no.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
This song is in that Wrexham documentary. So weird. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm Shane McMahon, and I'm here to...
Why did he sound like Butters?
I'm Shane McMahon, and I'm here to assist in the running of the AEW Talent Relations Department. With my
Not being
dad.
funny, but they need someone. They need somebody. I don't know who. Hire Eric. Eric's doing nothing. He's just doing his podcast.
Yeah, because that went really well in fucking WCW, did it?
Oh,
that
God,
went even
yeah, okay.
better in TNA, didn't it, Andy?
Oh, all right. No, not Eric.
No, you know what?
just-
I've been making this comparison, and I've yet to see anybody else make this comparison. But honestly, that whole media scrum with Tony looking like a bitch, I'm getting Dixie Carter.
Yeah.
I'm getting
it's not
Dixie
good,
fucking
is it?
Carter vibes. Do you know what I mean by that? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
He just
It's
looks
sort of-
completely fucking like, like, Punk is Hogan, and Tony is Dixie. That's what this feels like. Because it feels like that he's like, okay, yeah, we know, open secret, fucking Punk is Khan's favorite wrestler. Like, if he would have opened AEW from day one, he wouldn't have done it without either Punk or Jericho. And it's like, dude, he's not running this. You are running this.
Yeah. You're
How
the
are
one,
you
you're the
supposed
billionaire,
to
for
just
fuck's
sit
sake.
there
Like,
and just take this fucking unhinged psychopath going off about something that's not related at all to the product?
yeah.
He didn't need to do any of this.
That's the thing. The fact that Tony just sat there is probably the worst thing It's worse than Dixie. I don't even think Dixie wouldn't put up. I don't think anyone would put up with this. I used to like Tony Khan. Now I just think he's a
goober, mate. He's a dork. He's a nerd. He's a geek. He's whatever you want to call him.
Well, that's the thing. Like, beforehand, you'd go, all right, I respect the guy. And now after this, I'm just like, bruv.
Well, that's the impression that people are getting, is that people are way too buddy-buddy with him. That he's not, like, I don't want to compare anybody to Vince, because Vince is a fucking terrible human being.
Oh, he's a wanker.
But this wouldn't have happened if it were Vince McMahon sat there.
That's the thing.
Because Vince McMahon is an insane individual that ruled with an iron fist, predominantly by fear.
Vince is a cunt. And unfortunately, in life,
There's two ends of a spectrum, Andy. You're either Tony or you're Vince. You gotta find that sweet middle ground.
Well, here's the thing, right? Every leader, every boss on the planet is a bit of a dick, right? It just is what it is.
Well, you have to be.
That's what I mean. You've got to be. You have to. If your company, if your organization or whatever it is has a series of objectives and you've got to meet those objectives and the people that are working for you are not meeting those objectives, you have to act like a knob to get to steer the ship in the direction that it needs to go in. It just is what it is. That's why no one likes their boss, really, because they sometimes have to do dickish things. For fuck's sake, Tony, Backbone, please do something. Like, fucking fire this guy. Because at the end of the day, it's a cuntish thing to do, and you probably spaffed a load of money up the wall, but who gives a shit? If you keep this guy, you will look like a fucking little bitch. You just will. I can't believe I'm saying fire CM Punk. And then hire somebody. If you don't like doing that, cool. I don't like doing that. He even said this in the motherfucking press conference afterwards. He said, I love to please people. I like to help people and do everything I can. So you're a people pleaser. You're going to get fucked. You are going to get fucking royally fucked by people like Punk. If you keep hiring these people, they're going to walk the fuck all over you. No offence. You seem like a lovely guy. I would love to meet you one day and talk to you about fucking ECW in 1998. And you seem like a lovely human being. But you need to hire a cunt. Like, you need to hire somebody who can actually go to Punk, right, you are now suspended without pay. Don't do that again or we will fire you. Or just straight up fire him. Like, you need to hire a Dana White. When UFC was bought out by the Fertittas in like 2001 to 2000, whatever the hell it was, you know who they hired? They hired Dana White. You know why? Because Dana White is a bit of a cunt. I don't think he would even mind me saying that, and I don't think he would sue me or anything. Because in life, you need these people to steer the fucking ship. And Dana was like, if you don't want to be here, then fuck off and go. Paul Heyman, when he ran ECW, he would do things that, quite frankly, could be immoral. Because he's a little bit of a cunt. But he steered the ship so that ECW could live. Eric Bischoff. Okay, all these companies are dead. But Eric Bischoff is a reason why they were beating the WWF for that long. Because by all accounts, he was a bit of a cunt. Vince McMahon. I hate the dickhead. He's an absolute cunt. But there's a reason why the WWF and the WWE have been the only fucking major wrestling company for 40 fucking years. Because he's a massive cunt that steered the ship. That's the point. If you don't have a Captain Cunt steering the ship, this thing is going to sink. So you need to hire Captain Cunt. Not Captain Crunch, Captain Cunt. You need to hire somebody who can steer the fucking ship. It ain't fucking me. This isn't me going, hire me, Tony. My thing is, hire someone, anybody who's a knob, please.
I wonder if Liam Dunn is doing anything right, you know?
Exactly, look at him. He's told fucking horrendous
He steered
jokes.
the ship for the Suplah and it got us to where we are today.
Exactly. When Liam Dunn was steering the ship, we were on American radio. Go hire Liam. go Liam, put your CV in.
That's actually, like, I think that's a good shout, honestly. We should get Liam Dunn into AEW so he can manage. He'd tell Phil to fuck off. Like, he wouldn't mince words at all. He'd be like, fuck off, you cunt. That's what he'd fucking say.
Can we call Liam? time is it in Australia?
Fuck off, Phil.
Fuck off, Phil, you fucking cunt.
That's what he'd say. I don't give a shit what you want, Phil.
You need a Liam Dunn. That's what you need. You need someone to go, fuck off, Phil, you toasty prick. Like you need. But am I right in that? I feel bad because I might do something with my life, but I feel like if I ever get the call from Tony and be like, hello, I hear you fucking took the piss out of me once, but oh, fuck off.
My name is Tony Khan, and you called me a cunt on national radio.
Well, you didn't. This isn't national radio anymore, but it's besides the point.
Well, no, my point is he's not a cunt. That's like the most backhanded non-compliment I've ever given anyone ever. He's not a cunt.
Oh, no,
That's my
sorry.
point.
You called him a coward, which is much better.
No, I didn't call him a coward. I called him a really nice person. I actually did the
a
opposite.
really nice
I actually
person
said
that
he's a
can't
great
manage a
guy.
target. That's what you said, Andy.
No, that is not me. That was Phil. Phil said that shit. What I'm saying is Tony's too nice. He's too nice. He's too nice of a person. You need a knob running it. Not nicey Magoo. I want to go for a drink one day with Tony Khan. It'd be great. He'd be like, I watched this match with Sabu in 1995, and I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. But I don't think he's got it. I don't like as long as AEW keeps growing, I don't think he's got it. He can bankroll it, and he can be head of creative, and he can do all this stuff. But from judging from that press conference alone, the fact he didn't say "shut the fuck up, Phil." I mean...
Well, you know what, Andy? I feel like there's one man who
Don't
could save
say Vince.
who
Don't
could
say
save
Vince.
AEW from all of this. Not going to save
Who's
Vince.
that?
We've already done Vince. We've done that joke. I think this is a man who has also dealt with business. This is a man who recently purchased a sports entertainment company. And I think that there's only one man
Who the hell
who
are
can
you talking about?
save AEW from a terrible fate.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
You know, I wouldn't even mind that.
Didn't the XFL, go bankrupt for, the third time? I'm sure he's not doing much. I don't think Dwayne's busy nowadays.
The XFL is still a thing. It's launching next year. That's the point. He's spending enough time.
When that goes down again, because it will. We'll get him and his former ex-wife into AEW. How about that? I think that's a fair shout.
At this point, anyone.
If you smell
Oh, what's
what
my
the
cat
Queen
doing?
of England is
My
cooking.
cat's not doing a lot. He'd bite Phil.
As we all know, biting people is the thing to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ace and Phil seem to like biting so much. My cat will bite him. Like,
But yeah, I think generally AEW is on fire. And not in the sense
yeah,
that
but
it's popping off and that it's all like, oh, the product is so good. No, it's literally combusting. It's exploding. It's imploding. It's just ploding, Andy. It's an AEW implosion.
The honeymoon period is fucking.
I mean, I will
done.
say this though, on a slightly positive note. AEW has already had in its 3 years many different setbacks.
Yeah, of course. The COVID.
The botched exploding ring, the Matt Hardy thing. There's been shit. There's been some real bad shit. But I feel like they're gonna be okay.
They'll be fine.
They need to do
but
some serious damage control.
Oh
Pardon
yeah,
the pun.
yeah.
But they need to fix this. They need to right the ship. But I feel like we make jokes about bringing in Vince and Shane and Maroc and Dixie, but I feel like I don't think it's all going to be too terrible. I think as long as Punk goes, I think as long as he's out the picture, I think it'll be fine. And I hate that that's true. Because as we've said at the top of the show, he has 8 months of recovery time. He needs surgery for a torn pectoral.
Well, okay. That's the bit that we haven't discussed yet.
So he's gone now for surgery anyway.
But he clearly can't do it anymore.
He keeps getting injured, yeah.
He keeps getting hurt. I mean,
it's a sad state of affairs. You have young people half his age who get injured all the time anyway.
But CM Punk is, how old is he?
He's in his 40s, I want to say. Let's double check this. Let's be fucking journalists for a sec,
And not
shall
only
we?
that, whilst you do that, not only is he a 40-year-old man, he's a 40-year-old man who tried to train for MMA, which is extremely difficult to do. at
He
the age that
is
he tried to do
43
it.
years old.
And he's been wrestling since he's, what, 18? 17?
But
Younger?
then, people like AJ Styles, who's 45, when was the last time he was injured?
Yeah, but the issue is that Punk...
What I'm
like, I
saying
think-
is that maybe it doesn't always depend on the age. Sometimes
Well,
it's just a
it's,
shitty body on a shitty person.
Well, the thing, it could
Like
be
Paige,
that, and also...
or Sasha Banks, or anyone younger who has had these terrible injuries. I don't know. Maybe it is a problem that he broke his foot and then he tore his pec. I don't know. Maybe it is a problem that it just keeps happening. But either way, I think this spells the end for him in
this is
AEW.
it. Punk is done.
Even if you were to keep him on as in like an advisor, but even then people would hate that because
No, you
like I don't
can't
think there's
keep
any
him.
repairing what he's done here. I think he's literally
I-
tanked it. He's porked it. He's dropped the
He's-
bag. He's fumbled it.
He literally Molotoved his own career in 20 minutes. That is quite impressive. How
Ironic, really, seeing that he's straight edge.
the guy... That's what I mean. Just have a beer, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. I mean, he's so angry. I drink, and I'm not angry.
Just smoke some Kevin Hash.
No, don't go that
chill out.
route. The point is...
You never
okay,
see
all
Riddle
jokes-
angry.
Exactly. You fucking exactly. Okay, but... all
Andy
jokes
Kwan,
aside-
he drinks, and he's the most calm person in history.
I don't think that's necessarily true, but...
Well, you just proved that in the last fucking 50 minutes, Andy.
Well, yeah, but...
Let alone
It's
the
just
last
sad.
10 years.
It's sad because Punk was literally one of my heroes, and I watched this
Well, get a new one.
I watched this tirade from a guy who I used to admire, and I was like, this guy seems to be an alright human, I suppose. And no, turns out he's a knob. But then again, here's the other thing that I don't think anyone has really thought of.
What's that?
Is Punk okay? I know we
I'm
ranted
going to
about
be
him for the past
bold, and I'm going to
50
say
minutes.
no.
Yeah,
I don't
what's-
think
what's
he
wrong?
is.
Is he like... Because the tirade as well, like, I don't think many people spoke about this, and I know we just took the piss about him for the past fucking 57 whatever minutes we've been doing this for. Is he okay? Like, I actually am genuinely worried for the guy. Like, I'm like... Bro,
You know what?
like,
People have said it, but I think him being in Chicago, winning the World Championship, getting MJF charts as he raised the belt, that probably did something to him.
But I think he's been like this for a while. Like, he did it with the fucking...
Well, no,
Adam
because there is
Page
like 6 months ago, there's journalism and articles and promos and tweets saying that he's so excited to work with younger talent, to elevate them. He's so excited to be putting these people over. That's why he worked with Darby Allin when he first entered.
But
Like, there's I don't know what's happened. That's why I'm
I don't-
curious.
I
I
don't
want to
know
know
the- I
what the
don't-
point was.
I don't know the man's personal life. He's got fucking... Again, he would say this himself. Fuck all to do with me. But, like... Coming from a guy who's just been through something pretty fucking horrendous, is he okay? Like, I mean,
Clearly
like,
not,
it's
Andy.
been a
Like, he's
downward
clearly
spiral.
not
It's just-
fine, but we don't know what has happened. It's probably, honestly, it's just a mix of things. It's never one fucking thing that tears people into fucking
Oh, yeah.
raging narcissists. But, I mean, he's probably just... I think it's a mix of him being like this and hiding it very well. And also just a really bad day. You know? I feel like it's not just one thing. I feel like this is a perfect storm that's ended his career, basically.
Yeah, I mean, he has effectively ended it. Yeah, shit. In a 20-minute promo. So anyway, there's going to be a world title tournament. MJF's not a part of it because he can get a championship shot whenever the hell he wants.
Well, the
I
rumours,
guess.
Andrew, the fucking rumour mill, as we so love to expose, has said that the main event of Full Gear, which is the next main AEW show, it will
Which
be
is not very long from now, is
MJF
it?
versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship.
That works for me.
That's the rumour.
That's good. I mean, haven't they done that match already? Or am I making that up?
I don't think they have, Andy. If they have, I didn't watch it.
I think they have.
Well, do it again.
Yeah.
Fuck
So
it.
let's do it again. I think it was during All Out during the pandemic. If I'm not
That would
mistaken.
make sense. That would make sense.
Because yeah, it was the pandemic. So all right, do it again then.
Why not? And if you're wrong, which you probably are, we'll have it for the first time, and it'll be a great thing, because I think you say everyone here is at fault and to blame, right? I feel like there's a couple of names here who are not to blame. One of them is definitely Colt Cabana,
Oh yeah,
who is
like
just
Colton-
minding his own fucking business.
he's probably
Literally
like-
not doing anything, not wanting
He's
to
probably
talk
just-
about
he-
this, just kindly going to Ring of Honor. He's like, okay, I'll go to Ring of Honor, boom, boom. And then
literally,
just
he's
dealing
probably-
with all of this shit.
He was literally probably eating his dinner, and he's like,
He's probably
Ah,
peeling
that'll be fun.
carrots, and then he saw on the TV, empty-headed fucking dumb fuck, and he's like, what?
"What? I don't understand. I'm just like
Mom, look at
eating my
this.
fucking dinner." Fucking
And also,
I'm-
John Moxley. He should have won. He should have won. I've said
Yeah.
this. He's probably the best member of that AEW roster. He's the complete package. He is a world champion. Like, his promo on Dynamite, fuck me, that was good shit. Like, he's unproblematic. And he's really fucking good at what he does. Neither of which can really be said for Punk in 2022. He is extremely problematic, and he hasn't been a good wrestler, I will say, since WWE.
I can't. What, CM Punk?
Yeah,
No,
his matches in AEW have none of them have been as good as his best matches in WWE, or nay, even Ring of Honor.
I think the match with Darby was good.
That was his first one.
Is there
The numerous that he's had since then.
I'm gonna go on Cage Match and find the matches for CM Punk. Okay, his first match was against Darby Allin, which I thought was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Powerhouse Hobbs, I don't really recall that one, but it was at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Doesn't really help.
Daniel Garcia,
Well, we know Garcia's good. He won the Pure Championship. Good for him.
exactly, good for him. Matt Sydal, it's really
Yeah.
weird now.
Evan Bourne.
Bobby Fish,
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston at Full Gear 2021.
Okay, that one was good. I will admit, that one was solid, but I still maintain it wasn't any better
You
than
know
his
what?
best WWE matches.
You know what? In hindsight, I think
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston was right. CM
You know what?
Punk,
That's the hero we need, Eddie Kingston.
yeah. CM Punk and QT Marshall. CM Punk and Lee Moriarty. fucking
Moriarty.
cares. CM Punk, Darby Allin, and Sting versus the Pinnacle.
Eh,
CM Punk and Wardlow.
I forget that match happened.
CM Punk and Sean Spears.
Oh yeah, this was the MJF feud we're in now, isn't it?
MJF and CM Punk. The first time on Dynamite.
Their pay-per-view match was better.
Yeah. CM Punk and John Moxley against FTR.
It wasn't bad.
CM Punk defeats MJF in a dog collar match.
Probably one of his best AEW matches.
Yeah. CM Punk against Dax Harwood.
Who cares?
CM Punk versus Max Caster.
Oh, Max, the most over man on the roster.
Oh yeah. CM Punk defeats Penta that guy.
Oscuro, Andy.
CM Punk defeats Dustin Rhodes.
Eh,
CM Punk defeats John Silver.
eh.
CM Punk beat Adam Page for the AEW World Title.
I don't even remember that match.
CM Punk and FTR defeat Max Caster and the Gun Club.
Don't even remember that.
And AEW World Title and Interim Title Unification. John Moxley, who was the Interim Champion,
Well,
defeats
we know how
CM
that went.
Punk. And then CM Punk defeats John Moxley. That
Yeah.
was CM Punk's entire year. And
And it's now over.
it is now over.
Again, none of them even reach fucking Money in the Bank. 2011.
Here's an idea, right? Oh no, Cabana's in Ring of Honor. No, fuck that, you can't do that. Ignore what I was about to say.
What was your idea?
Just stick him in Ring of Honor. But you can't, because Colt's there.
No, let's just tank Ring of Honor before it even starts. Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, I don't know. Just...
Also, we need to defend Adam Page a little bit here, because Dave Meltzer has fucking gone on record in saying that, like, you know, the mentality that Adam Page has done nothing just because he hasn't been in WWE. Dave has said that the pay-per-views headlined by Adam Page drew more than some of the ones Punk did.
Oh yeah, exactly. And the other thing as well is...
Isn't he one of the 4 pillars of AEW as well?
Yes.
Or am I mistaken?
And the thing is, like...
If he's not one of the 4 pillars, whatever the fuck that means, he's still a key component in the fucking company.
What the fuck has CM Punk done in the past 10 years?
MMA.
Oh, that went swimmingly well.
But no, I agree with Dave. The mentality that if you haven't been to WWE, you've done nothing.
That's stupid. That is so dumb. That is dumb beyond words.
Yeah,
Like,
Christopher Daniels has basically done nothing, right?
Yeah, like Sting, who was in WWE for what?
Before 2015, he barely a cliff note on the wrestling world, right? Not influential at all.
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up, you fucking lemon. Like, just because... And okay, because you've never been to WWE, you're shit. Punk, you hated it there. What the fuck's wrong with you? You fucking hated it.
You left because you couldn't main event WrestleMania.
You left because you had a weird boil on your ass. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it doesn't change the fact that was still shitty, but,
That was shitty, but, like, what I'm saying is...
We kind of think maybe Triple H had a point. And I never thought I'd fucking say that about any of the shit that was said by him in that fucking time period. No, he made fucking sense. When he was like, oh, you're being a facetious voice of the people. It's only ever really about you and your position at the top. That was confirmed when Punk said he's trying to run a business here.
Yeah.
Are you? Or is it Tony, the shriveling fucking wallflower who sat right next to you?
Oh, go alright then, Punk. Go run your own fucking company. I mean...
Yeah, start a wrestling promotion.
Call it Chicago...
No one's going to join it because everyone hates you.
Yeah,
well,
it'd be
except
you
Ace Steel, apparently.
You and Ace Steel can bite each other to death. I don't know.
Ultimate Biting Championship.
There you go. And maybe you have a decent MMA record. I don't have an MMA record, so what do I know? But what I'm saying is, you were my hero and you are a twat.
And on that bombshell, wisely said by the champion.
Thank you.
I hate that you're the champion, but we're going to have to wait until Extreme Rules, Andrew, for when we could maybe get that belt on the shoulder of somebody who's actually prestigious.
Here's the thing. I need to buy a belt.
You haven't bought a belt?
No, or I just use one of my actual belts that I wear.
Wait.
I didn't think I was going to win, for fuck's sake. I don't watch NXT
you're telling me
Worlds Collide. I didn't even watch the show and I still won.
So you're telling me...
Yes.
That when we looked on Amazon together...
Yes.
Shopping for toy belts, like
There's
a gay couple...
cost of living crisis. What do you want me to do? Like, my energy
when
bill...
When I bought a belt... Did you not buy a belt?
I was going to buy a belt.
Are you telling me that I have this fucking Intercontinental Championship with a cardboard fucking oval on it sat right next to me that I didn't fucking win and you won and you don't have a belt?
I was going to buy one, but I've got a cost of living crisis to deal with. I've got, like,
You know what? Championship's vacated. You've been stripped. Championship's vacated.
Well, no, I don't want to be stripped of the belt.
There will be another chance for the
new
inaugural champion to be crowned at WWE's Extreme Rules event in October.
You know this Sam Brooks, yeah? He's just like a fucking narrow, airheaded, fuck, I can't even get it right. Bollocks.
No, legit, my favourite line from the entire presser was empty-headed fucking dumb fuck. That's staying with me forever. It's like when he did the fucking Art of Wrestling and he was like, I'm dumb as fuck. You know, it's kind of eerily ironic, but he would say empty-headed fucking dumb fuck. And that would be the biggest takeaway from it. But anyway, that has been the Suplah. We're entering a new era. Uncharted waters for many different reasons.
The whole world has gone mad.
But you can find us on what, Andrew?
linktree.com/the Suplah. You can find links to all the special and magical things that we do. And if you go there, you'll be able to find lots of magical things. I forget what these magical things are because
We
I'm
got a
very
Facebook,
tired.
we got a Twitter, we got a gaming channel, we got Suplah Brawl, we got a Twitch. Andy, you played Portal.
I did, and I will play it again at some point.
Wonderful, delightful, exquisite magic with portals, yes! And we'll be uploading
portals,
an episodic series recapping his foray into aperture science on our gaming channel very soon. Subscribe, keep your eyes peeled, and we will be announcing the new inaugural Pride of Predictions champion at Extreme Rules in October.
I knew this stupid thing would be stupid.
God damn it, Andrew. Look what you made us do. We have to wait a whole month without a champion.
No, I am
fucking,
the champion.
Fucking
I am
selfish.
the champion. I
Fucking
am not- I am
disgraceful.
not-
You know what? That says everything
I will
you
throw
need
a
to know
chair.
about Andrew Kwan's character, ladies and gentlemen.
I will bite you. I will throw a chair.
No, Andy, don't throw me a chair. Oh, God.
No, you need Tony in this scenario.
My name is Tony Khan, and I have nothing to say.
Goodbye.